You know, sometimes I wonder if these enemies know that they have absolutely no chance. Just look what happened to your buddies. Oh shit, did you see what they did to Steve? Let's put on that shirt. Cool. Pink. Now I'm a little Lalafell pimp. I'm level 7 right now. Can't proceed with the pugilist quest until I'm level 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's go to Central Thanalan. Oh hey, I got a new skill. Second Wind. Instantly restores your own HP for 450. Goodbye potions. Nah, let me not do that. Let's take a rundown of what these skills are I have here. Bootshine puts me into a different form, which allows me to use True Strike properly. True Strike allows me to use Snap Punch, as True Strike puts me in a coral form, which gives me other advantages like increased damage or whatever. This is all very confusing. It really is a mouthful when you think about it. To make it a little bit easier, pretty much you just follow the outline animation of lines that are going over the skill. So if you push Bootshine, as you can see, the second skill, True Strike, has this weird little marching ants around it. And that opens up Snap Punch. I'm sure it'll become a lot clearer as I level up. I need to find some armor, but where should I go? What should I do? Oh, here we go. Merchant and Mender. I knew there was something out here. Alright, what am I missing? I need a waist and a hat. Let me take some of that battle gear. Let's see what we got. It's got to be an item level of 5. These are 8. But do I have enough? I'll take that leather belt. Yes. And I'll take this hat. Gucci. And that should do it. Lure out and slay those goblins. Alright. Let's go check them out. They chilling in this cave, I see. They're going to jump me, aren't they? Yep. I can barely even see myself. And that's not because I'm dark either. It's just very poor lighting. Ain't getting me with that shit. Kaboom. Alright, done and done. Most of these quests seem to be you investigate something and something usually pops out. Like that. Look at that thing. The fuck? Oh, it's a Spriggan. Before I go to the next one, I have food. Get more critical rate, vitality, accuracy, and +3 experience for 30 minutes. What the fuck, man? I should have been eating this shit. Always eat your food, people. Don't want to go hungry. You know, sometimes I wonder if these enemies know that they have absolutely no chance. It's like, let's go in, lambs to the slaughter. Just look. Just look what happened to your buddies. Oh shit, did you see what they did to Steve? Ain't it a little bit early to be drinking right now? It's the evening somewhere. Give ginger cookies to children. I'm done. Here, take your goddamn cookies. Little bitch. You there. Take this goddamn cookie. No milk. Stuff it down your throat. This must be a boss. Gotta be. Well, I'm level 9. It's level 7. I should be able to take it. What the? And the time went up. And I wasn't paying attention. Looks like I'm just gonna have to slaughter your kids. Hey, don't blame me. Daddy left. Whoa. That guy looks cool. Come back. Come back, buddy. I want those daggers. Man. Maybe one day. One day if I just grind and do whatever the fuck he did. I'll get there. Some really interesting day. I wonder if I can inspect this guy. Let's see. Examine. Oh, yeah, I can. Check this out. This man is a ninja. Level 60. God damn. He ain't on that Realm Reborn shit. He's got that Heaven's Ward shit. What weapons were those? Oh, nice. Oh, check it out. I can even try on the stuff he has from just inspecting him. Those look pretty cool. But it looks really, really lame with the little newbie shit that I have on. Oh, that's badass. What the? Ooh, child, it sure is hot out here. I need to go inside where it's nice and cold, baby. Wait, did I read the name of that quest correctly? Give it to me I don't need Jesus again. This whole game needs Jesus. So a quick rundown of the main story quest so far. Or at least to where I'm at right now. I've been playing since level 1 and I'm now level 11. The main story quests seem to be definitely a lot of fetch quests to go here and kill these and come back. Or deliver these cookies, deliver whatever, and talk to another NPC. Which leads you into a different map or a different town, as it casually makes you explore new maps and stuff. It seems right now I haven't gotten into a dungeon or anything. I'm guessing the story leads up into other types of gameplay, but so far it's been basically just your standard delivery boy fetch questing, which is completely fine. I mean, every MMO, you know, you have to do that at some point in time, and at the same time you're also progressing through the story, so it's not like you're doing all this shit for no reason. But it definitely does get a little bit boring at some point when it's just go here, kill these, come back, talk to another NPC, go to this area, kill these, talk to these people, deliver these, run to this guild, run to that guild. It can get a little tiresome. So thankfully you can do other things, like if you want to go out and just hunt shit and hunt random, well, not random, I mean, they give you a list of things that you can hunt. You can go ahead and do that too, and that also helps you level up as well. I saw that dancing. I didn't know I can dance. Should have guessed. What the hell type of dancing is this? Actually, while I'm at it, let me take a look at the other emotes we have. Oh, there you go, emotes. You got your general ones. Sure, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of emotes in here. This will be very helpful for those of you that like to RP or roleplay in certain situations. He really throws his whole body into waving. Oh, Jesus Christ, damn, it was a trap. It was a fucking trap, they're all after me. Fuck, man. They got me good. Well, just wait. Just wait. Wait till he gets around that corner. All right, jump him. He's alone. Get him. Yep, that should do it. Nice. Good job. Let me bow to this person. What will they do? They're just looking at me like, okay then. Rejected. Alright, so attribute points. My first guess will be to put everything into strength, seeing how I'm around punching shit. Strength seems like the right attribute to put my attribute points in. But if you hover over each attribute points, they do give you a description, which it's good to have so you won't mess up your shit. Affects physical damage, dealt by gladiators, marauders, pugilists. So yeah, I was right before. Definitely want to go all in, well, maybe not all into strengths. Whoa, hold on a second. There today, gone tomorrow. Ha! That's a neat slapper title. Oh, I might as well help out. Woo! That hurt. That guy, he's just soloing this frog. This big ass toad, not a frog. Alright, I'll jump in. Don't worry, man. I'm the backup. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sorry, you on your own. Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, man. I'm the reinforcements. I'm back again to help your ass. It appears to be one of those games that uses the Holy Trinity. As in, you have a tank, a DPS, and support or heals. Which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's old school as it gets. But it is the tried and true method of doing things. So far, just being it as a DPS class at level 12 in the early game, it seems that you can solo pretty much A-okay. I mean, there has been a few close calls, but not really because I have potions and I have second wind, so I am able to sustain myself a little bit. However, if there's like one or two, not one, but if there's 2 or 3 mobs attacking me at once, then yeah, things might get a little bit hairy if I'm not able to DPS fast enough. What? Is that man riding an Easter egg? What the fuck? I must be a single target type of class because I've got no AoEs at all. Nothing. They're all single target damage or single target skills. Remove debris. Really? Remove debris from Bitch, this is all you gotta do. Look at me. Look at me. You see this? That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's not that hard. You spend an all goddamn day in the same spot. Your lazy ass. Clean up the rubbish on the docks. I see what it is now. Pretty much. By daytime, I'm a hero. By nighttime, I'm fucking house cleaning or housekeeping. God damn it. I want to kill these things, but they're being protected by these goddamn birds. Fuck! Leave me alone! Ain't nobody fucking with y'all. Go home or something. I'm like, right? No, kill the halfling. Like, Jesus. They hurt too. I'm like, man. Okay. Let's think here. Maybe I should try to drag them one at a time. Drag them away from those birds. I like how my character just sways side to side. Like he doesn't have a care in the world. Or she. I'm pretty sure I picked a boy. But my character is a little feminine. And this top isn't really helping his case at all. I could put that on, but it takes away my defense. It gives me some magic defense. Fuck it. I need some dude points up in here. You there, you're by yourself. Come closer this way. There's candy. Candy? Nope. I mean, yeah, sure, if the flavor you want is an ass whooping. Who wants to go next? You there. Come here. I got something for you. These hands. Oh, and there's another one. Okay, you want these hands too? That's alright, I got 2, 1 for each. Whoa, what is that? I do believe I just got passed up by a jaguar. So the mounts in this game are going to be pretty sweet. I can already tell. I mean, look at that. You can ride a black chocobo. I want one. Maybe one day. One day if I just grind. I've already said this. So you mean to tell me that I can upgrade my Lala Felon tunic to a good old-fashioned cotton shirt? I'll take it. Was that a Moogle? Was that... Hold on a second. Hold up. Is that what I think it is? Is that a big-ass Moogle escort? Chauffeur? That's a big-ass Moogle ride. I want to get on. Oh, it's too fast. For something so big, it goes so fast. I understand how serious you guys are and everything, but why does this dude have his shirt off? And there's more of them. It's triplets. Ah, but I got my crew too. Can I get a heal? Anybody? A cure? Anything? No? Yes. Oh, my nigga got me. I'm like, do you guys want to just stand in the middle of the AoE or move out the fucking way? Oh, good old AI. Never change. Here's my initial impressions of the early game from levels 1 through 16 as a pugilist. And do keep in mind that I know I did not cover everything that there is to cover for the early game, but I believe as though I covered enough for what a lot of people might be playing when they start a new game. And also to keep in mind that this is for the free account. If you're making a free account, this is not a subscription account. This is based off of the free version that they have of Final Fantasy XIV. So here are my impressions for the early game. Starting back at character creation, yeah, it's well above average. I feel as though that they give you just enough options to make your character unique. Through my entire playthrough, I have not seen anybody that looks even remotely close to my character. And that's a good thing in MMOs. I think they didn't give you too many options, but they do give you just enough to make you feel right. And on top of that, they even give you an option for your voice. And I don't see a lot of MMOs doing that, where you get to choose how your character will sound like in combat or in battle or expressions. That was very cool, and I think that's a big plus in my book. If I had to rate character creation, I'd easily would give it an 8 out of 10. Moving on to leveling and questing. Leveling and questing was actually pretty interesting because there is no one way to level up in Final Fantasy XIV. You have many ways, and this is actually pretty cool because you can do your standard story quest, which is all fine and dandy. It's something that most of us are used to, where you go from place to place talking to a lot of NPCs and doing whatever they tell you to do. It's filled with cutscenes, which are pretty nice, and there's even some voice acting in there. It's not 100% voice acted, but the voice acting that I did run into wasn't too great, but it wasn't really bad. It was just right in the middle, so that was okay. Then you have your hunting logs, and hunting logs are where you would go out and hunt whatever on your log to give you experience points and probably something else, but I didn't really get into it. I found out to be a good way to level up if you were tired of doing questing. So there was that, and there's also the fates that you will run into, or the fates that I ran into. I kind of found them to be a little random. They're more like dynamic events, if anything, where players can start them if they were available to start. They each have a timer on them, and you are graded upon your participation in these fates from bronze, silver, and gold. And depending on which rank you get out of those three will determine how much experience points you would get. So fates are also a pretty decent way to level up, and I'm pretty sure if you did not want to do any quests and would rather just do hunts and fates throughout your entire playthrough, that's perfectly viable. Now, I do have to ding questing and leveling a little bit because of the amount of running that you have to do. Holy shit. You have to run your ass in this game from here to there. There is a lot of footwork that has to be done in order for you to progress at least through your story. Now, this might be different if you have somebody to run you through the game, which I don't know how that would work, but I know for sure if you want to go through your storyline, you are going to run a lot. You're going to do a lot of back and forth between talking to NPCs and delivering stuff. So yeah, it's one of those games, but really it wasn't that big of a deal for me because I've played so many of these games that I'm kind of used to it. I just turn my brain off or maybe watch Netflix or something while I'm doing the monotonous stuff. So if I had to rate questing and leveling, I'd actually give it a 7 out of 10. It's just above average. It gives you enough where you have more options than just one way to do it. So yeah, right just above average, I think, is where I would rate questing and leveling. 7 out of 10. Moving on from that, we have combat. Combat, I know, is going to be a touchy subject with Final Fantasy XIV because it's usually dinged for its more traditional combat for MMOs or MMORPGs. And I can see that. It is tab target. There is no dodging in the sense of you have like stamina or whatever. You do have TP, which uses which you use up as you sprint, which I hear that they're actually going to be taking out soon, which will be interesting. And you have your MP and HP. Your skills are on a global cooldown. The skills that I had, at least in the early game, are on a global cooldown. So there wasn't a lot of using a lot of individual skills at one right after the other, like clockwork. But I really didn't find that to be a negative. And in terms of it not being an action MMO, those claims are right, because Final Fantasy XIV is not an action MMORPG. With that being said, it's still very active. It's a very active combat system. Not action, but active, meaning, like, at least with the Pugilist, I had to maneuver myself from my opponent's flank or to the opponent's flank and or rear to use some of my skills properly. And I'm pretty sure that is the theme of the Pugilist, making sure that you position yourself correctly on your enemies to get those skills off in the proper order. So I can only imagine each class would have a different type of combat role or combat mechanic to them. Some characters might just stay still in the back. I can imagine like mages not having to run around as much, and I can imagine tanks not having to run around as much either. But that also leads me to combat roles. This game uses the Holy Trinity, as in DPS, tanking, and support. And I'm pretty sure there's variants of those within each of the classes. So it's that type of game that's heavily reliant upon others to help you succeed, which isn't a bad thing, because it calls for, that social aspect of it, and that's all well and good. Why have an MMO if you're just going to play it by yourself? And speaking of playing by yourself, soloing is actually pretty doable. Even as a DPS, I was able to solo pretty easily, as long as everything was around or near my level, and if I weren't attacking any bosses, and also if I was properly equipped. But if I had like a healer alongside me, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to duo just about everything. And I'm not sure how soloing would be for a healer or a tank. It might take some time. I'm pretty sure healers have some DPS options as well, but maybe not many. Maybe they have dot damage or whatever, but it might be a little bit harder. So if you are going to pick those classes, your mileage might vary if you're in it just to be a solo lone wolf type of archetype. So if I were to rate the combat, it would have to be on a bias, because I'm more into action MMORPGs rather traditional tab target and strafing from side to side MMOs. So I would have to rate it about a 7 out of 10 again, because it's not as boring as some of the other or older MMOs, but it's not actiony. But at the same time, you are doing a lot that keeps you focused in the game and keeps you that keeps you motivated and not really bores you too much. It does keep you engaged. So yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10 easily. And moving on from that, we have the graphics, the visuals. Graphics and visuals, I mean, it's Square Enix. That's already going to give you an 8 out of 10 or maybe a 9 out of 10, because these are very, very good graphics, and I'm not even playing a game on like ultra or anything, and already I can just tell by the visuals alone that it's aged pretty well. I think from when it's come out to now, it's really one of the best looking MMOs on the market, I think. And that leads me into how the world feels and how the world is and whatever. It feels alive. It feels very well done, and it's convincing. You have your day and night cycles. You even have weather, and the effects that show on screen are pretty good, pretty damn good, even to the sound effects of just running around and listening to the people in the background or anything. I know I wasn't able to record this, but if you're in town and you're by a lot of players, you actually hear like a bunch of chatter from. It's not player chatter. It's just the sound of a lot of people in like in a crowded space, kind of like if you're in a busy market or somewhere where there's generally a lot of people in real life. That's kind of what it sounds like, and I thought that was pretty cool. I've also seen in other footage that when you're around a lot of players in battle, you will hear the sounds of battle, like clashing swords and people yelling and battle cries and everything. And I thought that was really immersive. So yeah, that's the world building is up there and it's pretty cool. Even down to the creatures and monsters. There's like a lot of different types of weird looking things and they're so different from one another. Once again, I would expect nothing less out of Square Enix, but yeah, I mean, with so much lore in Final Fantasy alone, it's done a really, really goddamn good job. So I'd have to give the world a 9 out of 10 easily. I think all of these have been pretty easily so far. So yeah, those are my initial impressions so far of the early game, levels 1 through 16, 16.67, which I didn't make it to 67, but I'll say 16.40. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good MMORPG, and I can see why it's highly rated. If you haven't checked it out by now, and you're on the fence about it, and you don't know if you want to really invest into it, I say go ahead and take the plunge. I mean, if you're into games that give you a lot of things to do, because like I said in this video, I haven't even scratched the surface. I haven't gotten to crafting. I hear crafting is like a very extensive part of this game, which is like a game in itself. It's a whole different beast. I haven't gotten to like the player housing. I haven't even gotten to dungeons and raids. I haven't even gotten to the big world bosses or like the minions or the pets that you can get. I haven't even gotten to the mounts. So there is a lot that you can do here. And content wise, from what I see, Square Enix is always pumping this game with content on like, what is it, a monthly basis? Maybe not even, maybe even lower than a monthly basis. And it's always being updated. There's always something to do. And if you were to start now, whew, yeah, it'll take you quite a while to catch up. But at the same time, you'll never be bored. That's for sure. Especially if you have people to play with. And just running around and doing stuff, even in the lower levels, I was still seeing players. I was still seeing places populated. And that's always a very good sign. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this game for people that are like, were on the fence about it, but don't know what Final Fantasy is all about. Yeah, go ahead. You don't even need to know like the lore behind Final Fantasy, because it kind of all separates themselves from the games anyway. Each game is kind of like its own different thing. But it's the MMO at least is definitely worth checking out. I mean, they explain everything. I guess I can't recommend it for people that are just probably a little bit tired of the same old type of questing, going from place to place, because yeah, it's going to take you a long time to get up there in your main story, especially if you're looking to get into Heavensward, and especially if you're looking to get into Stormblood when that comes out. It's going to take you a while to go through all of the quest, and like I said before, it is a lot of running around, so please keep that in mind. But other than that, I enjoyed my time with this game, and depending on how this video does, I'll probably come back for mid-game, which would be level 17 through whatever, and then late game, if it goes well from there, and from then on would be end game. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, Review Bear has left the game. And look at that, you can even wave while you're sitting down. Doesn't that make you just want to play already? Maybe not. That's kind of weak. That's a very weak selling point, but Review Bear has left the game, and we'll see you guys later. Until we meet again. Okay, now we're talking. The hotbar. Yes, you can move it anywhere you want to. That's good, because not a lot of games let you do that. I'm liking it. This is a really nice customization we have here. Very nice. Guild Wars, take notes.